All right, welcome to our third and final video here. It's the tension relaxation continuum. We call it a continuum because it's a continuation, it's a spectrum. So basically what we're looking at is literally on a physiological level, how much the actin and myosin are overlapping. If you remember way back to your basic physiology, actin and myosin ratchet and unratchet so that you get this contraction and relaxation in your muscular system. Well, there are times we want to maximize that tension, and there are times we want to minimize that tension or maximize the relaxation. Okay?
Exactly. So when we're adjusting somebody, we want to be as relaxed as possible. If you're going to go deadlift 400 pounds, you definitely want to change your physiology and what you're doing. So what we need to learn how to do when we're adjusting people is something that we've really forgotten, that relaxation is a skill that we need to learn how to do. So when we're really tight and you are going to go deadlift 400 pounds, there's some different areas of your body that you need to make sure are really tight.
Yeah, 100%. If I'm going to go try and pick the most weight up off the floor as possible, then I want to create what's referred to as a radiation. And basically, it's if you tighten certain areas of your body, it will jack up the tension in your entire body. Those four major areas are going to be your core, basically Valsalva pressure, so your pelvic floor, your diaphragm, and then the abdominal and transverse abdominis muscles. So if I want to really bear down, that's going to amplify tension in all of my musculature. Second place is my hands. If I want to create a lot of tension here in my hands and squeeze them tight, then that's going to irradiate more tension into my arm. And then finally, if we tighten our jaw and our face, then basically that's going to jack up more and more tension. So you're going to go give the biggest deadlift you've ever done in your life, you sure want to tighten all those areas up. How about if you want to be fast though? How about if you want to be connected and actually perceptive to subtle energy?
Yeah, because if you are that tight and everything in your entire system is really, really tight like this, you can't be perceptive as to who's lying on the table in front of you, okay? So the more relaxed you can be, the more you can feel what's going on, not only in your own body, but with the patient who's lying on the table. Okay, so what we need to do is just go through those areas, and it's just like, okay, the core here and pelvic floor, if that's really tight, you just need to take a nice deep breath in. You can try it now. Take a nice deep breath in all the way down to your pelvic floor. And then as you do, just really try to relax the front of your body here and let that relax. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in again. And then exhale and let those muscles go and feel your feet on the ground as you do that.
The other thing is, we see this time and time again, especially amongst practitioners who've been doing it for a long time, you don't even realize how tight your hands get. And so you want your hands just as soft as possible, like you're holding a baby, for several reasons. Number one, it's gonna make you way faster, but it's also gonna make you way more tuned in. And then the last thing, and probably the most important thing I can think of, is you're transmitting confidence. I mean, any of you've been adjusted, you've had a great adjustment before, and you know the second that person puts their hands on you, you know they know what they're doing. Now you've also, if you've gone through chiropractic school, you've had the opposite experience. Remember the first day of palpation, poking, tight hands, not confidence inspiring. So really work on shaking your hands out.
Yeah.
Right?
And the last thing is you just want to make sure your jaw is nice and relaxed. You can just relax your jaw, you can shake it out a little bit, and just make sure that there's just no tension in your body. And we actually go through that when we go through our hierarchy and we're teaching adjusting. It's like, before you put any force into anybody, feel your feet on the ground, take a nice deep breath in, shake out your hands, and then lay your hands on them. As you do that, before you even thrust or anything, you go through and check and make sure everything's relaxed so you can be really super light and fast.
Yeah, and it's so cool because there's a lot of research that shows that really elite athletes, it's not that they can create more force than other people, but they have the ability to oscillate and go back and forth between full tension and full relaxation. And so that's where that speed comes from. And if you'll remember from the first video, when we talk about the hierarchy, these are opposite ends of the hierarchy. That dropping in, that being present, is that feminine, receptive, relaxed state of being where you have the most perception. And then you get to the point which is that masculine directed, going for it, tension. And you need to have both ends of that. That's why it's a continuum. And we're gonna work both ends of that and make sure to help you, no matter where you're at, be the best chiropractic adjuster that you can be.
Exactly. We have students that join us in the very first quarter of school, the first try of school. And then we have chiropractors that have been with us they've been in practice for 40 years. Everybody's getting massive shifts out of this. So we are excited to help you train to get better every single time.
Make sure you're following us on social media if you're not already. We put out a lot of content, a lot of things that will help you. And we really look forward to training with you in the future and helping take this profession to the top where it belongs.
Thanks, guys.